Welcome to day 2 of Red Meat 2019. There's a program booklet that runs you through or lays out everything we've got on the next few days, but I just wanted to welcome you today and give you a rundown of each of these events so you've got an idea of what's coming together. And as we were planning the events, we wanted to make sure that we gave you an appreciation of the breadth and depth of the investments that Mla is making on your behalf, and as I mentioned last night, how we tie that back to the purpose of Mla around fostering the prosperity of the industry, but also about how we get return on the investments that we're making. And the last year alone, we've invested just over $170 million in research and development and a further $104 million in marketing insights and market access activities. So the next day and 2/3 are very much about what we have to show for that, or some examples and demonstrations of a component of what we have to show for that. So we want to give you a sense of what's being delivered and a sense of what's being invested in. But more than that, we want to give you a sense of the impact of these investments and what are some of the emerging challenges that we have and opportunities that will help us shape our future investments. Today we'll look at Mla's current and future investments to improve productivity, profitability, and sustainability across the supply chain. Tomorrow we'll share our current and future investments to grow demand for Australian red meat through our marketing and sustainability activities. This morning's sessions will focus on investments across the supply chain that are helping to meet the needs of consumers and in doing so support a more profitable and sustainable industry. From genetics to eating quality, we'll look at how Mla is investing today to drive the success of red meat businesses tomorrow and into the future. We'll be joined by representatives from a range of commercial businesses, and we'll also hear from leading edge producers who are excelling in their field. They'll share with us how they're building resilient businesses in a changing climate while maintaining productivity and animal wellbeing. Chief Mla Chef Sam Burke, who we saw briefly last night, will recharge our batteries at lunchtime, where he'll create delicious red meat dishes with our guest Chef Uwe. Between them, they'll help demonstrate some of the work Mla does to get more red meat on Australian menus. After lunch, we'll have 2 digital sessions. So we'll talk about a whole range of things of which you got a taste for yesterday. So we'll look at the Carwoola digital livestock pilot, 12 months on since it was first launched at Red Meat last year. We'll see what's worked and what hasn't, and where to next for Carwoola in the area of digital livestock 4.0. It's great to have Darren Price, who's the General Manager of Carwoola, to share his experience with us this afternoon. We'll then follow up with a look at Romani Digital Livestock Pilot, and those on the producer tour yesterday saw Romani firsthand and the range and breadth of things which are being trialled and implemented out there. In this session this afternoon, we'll see what's been learned from Carwoola and then what's been applied as a result of that at Romani. We'll also take a look at what hardware and software solutions have been installed in the first phase of the pilot. So David Lee, who's the General Manager of Romani's Windy Station, will be part of the panel this afternoon to talk about some of the learnings so far. This afternoon's final session, or the later afternoon session, will be the Red Meat Integrity Systems Forum, and you'll hear about Integrity Systems Strategy, which outlines the key initiatives which will set our industry up for success to ensure our integrity systems meets our customers' needs, that it can be efficiently used by the whole supply chain, and how it uses available technologies to deliver a responsive, easy to use and effective system. Tonight we'll be in for a treat at the social highlight of Red Meat 2019 at the Tamworth Town Hall. Not only will there be an inspirational guest speaker and delicious red meat, of course, but we'll also have some live country music. Being in Tamworth, it was hard to get out without being able to experience that. Tomorrow we'll start the day with the industry breakfast, and this is your chance to listen to an in-depth discussion about the importance of sharing red meat's story. We'll hear from a researcher, red meat producer advocates and a sports dietitian. Not only will the breakfast set you up for the day ahead, but it will also provide plenty of food for thought about keeping red meat on the plates of consumers in Australia and around the world. Later tomorrow we'll hold our Global Markets Forum and take a look at the opportunities and challenges in our domestic and overseas markets. We'll share the latest Australian consumer insights and how we can use them to pinpoint opportunities and effectively market Australian red meat to the right consumers. We'll also be joined by leading red meat businesses who know firsthand the importance of knowing their customer, knowing their consumer, and delivering on what they want. We're also very fortunate to have the Honourable Andrew Robb join us tomorrow. Many of you will know that until his retirement from politics, he was the Australian Minister for Trade, Investment and Tourism. Tomorrow he'll join our Global Markets Forum and talk about geopolitical trade disruption and what it means for our industry. Our Sustainability Forum tomorrow in the afternoon will explore the importance of sustainability to local and global retailers and restaurateurs who sell Australian red meat. It'll also cover what's important to our customers and what evidence they require to demonstrate sustainability to their consumers. After the Sustainability Forum, we'll hold MLA's AGM, where our members can vote on the election of 3 directors, and this is also where members can ask questions or make comments about the management of MLA. We'll round out tomorrow with a red meat barbecue and some closing drinks, so it's sure to be a busy couple of days. I encourage you to catch up with each other, make new friends and ask questions of the MLA team members. They're all wearing the unmissable blue and white check shirts and all, of course, as we've been very clearly instructed, will be wearing their name tags. During the breaks, I encourage you to explore the Mla Red Meat Showcase, which is behind us, and this is where you'll see interactive displays sharing MLA's latest research, marketing insights and how MLA is fostering producer profitability, sustainability and global competitiveness. And all of those sites are manned by staff that will be more than happy to help you understand or get more information on those programs. And also please, if you have a question for us at the AGM and you'd like more information to support or clarify your thoughts around that, we have a stand set up in the showcase that will be manned by MLA staff, including finance and business services, that are there to help you with any information which might help you frame any question or information you might be looking for through the AGM, and that stands over on the far wall next to the PCA stand. Red Meat 2019 would not have been made possible without everybody that's taken the time to attend, and as I mentioned last night, we know there's many pressures on your time and resources at the moment. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us, particularly given the tough seasonal conditions in many regions and the very immediate challenges we have around fires and other environmental challenges. I'd also like to thank all the panellists who've devoted their time to be here and share their knowledge and their extensive experience with us all. And to get things started off this morning and leading the first session and I think being a chief MC for most of the day, I'd like to welcome MLA's Michael Crowley to the stage to get started. Thank you.